to Classic Attic Toys, where we found something else in the attic. This is CrossFire by Ideal. Well prior to video game consoles, arcade games, Pac-Man, everything along those lines, back in the early 70s, this was the idea of a combat type arcade game or non-arcade game. We call this CrossFire. It involved two particular players, and you couldn't get any more simple than one large puck being struck by a series of tiny ball bearings that were being fired by a couple of plastic guns. So this is something that I received probably back in 1971 or 1972 when we were living on base in Fort Meade. I remember a friend had one, and it was interesting because it required you to be focused on the puck that you were hitting to be able to knock it through your opponent's goal. I've had this for quite some time. We took it out of the attic. Now we're going to take it out of the box and see just how it all goes together and how it's like to be able to play this in the year 2021. This is CrossFire. It has just come out of the box. I remember that some time ago, we were smart enough to be able to put the puck and the ball bearings in a Ziploc bag so that we didn't lose them. I believe that there are 10 ball bearings per gun. These are the two little plastic guns. Putting it together is pretty easy because this is the goal associated with it, and the goal posts, as they were, go in this location here. So you push it down here, push it down here. The same thing with the other side. Goes together pretty easily, even though it's a fairly old game, and it's made out of some old plastic that, surprisingly enough, has not dry rotted. Okay. The guns go in little supports, and then the players would have their 10 ball bearings that they would install or actually drop into the chamber of the gun. We won't do all of them, but that's basically what you would do. And then right here in the center is the puck that you would hit with the ball bearing to try and knock it through the opponent's goal. Pretty simple game, and very much a game from the 70s, a game that is very much hands-on. So we'll try it out and see how it works out. So I have my trusty assistant, Seanlhomme, who is going to be playing against me, who has much better reflexes than I do. We've already loaded both of the chambers with 10 balls each, and yes, I have 10 and he has 10. I haven't shorted him by 2 or 3 balls, and we're going to see who actually is going to win this particular round. 1, 2, 3, go! We're shooting right here, and at the same time, we've got to be conscious of where the ball is going, because now it's a matter of trying to reload as quickly as you can.
Yes. No. Come on.
Hey!
Yes!
What was that all about? We're going to have another round. 1, 2, 3, go! Now here we are, we've run out of bullets, and I got beaten again. So it looks as though I was beaten at least 2 times by a very worthy opponent. This is CrossFire by Ideal. It's a really simple game. It stood the test of time over decades and is just as interesting as when I received it back in the early 1970s. Classic Attic Toys. Let's see what comes out of the attic in the next couple of weeks.